Welcome back to another show of wants, needs, and famine. Wandering around the lost societies trying to find any sort of food source is a hell of a job, but when they're many meters above the ground and the majority of what they're walking on is very loose piping, yeah, this world is dangerous. Hopefully, though, our girls will actually find some fun and use along the way. Are they going to find any more facilities that will give them plenty of food, some new companions, or just mindless robots? More fish. To find out, we're going to have to watch more, so strap in and get yourself a drink, so that we can start the episode. I'm always excited to see what comes next until we get the start of this mechanical transcript again. Is the beast still alive, wanting to tear down another facility? Oh no, the carcass of another robot. But is this a subway station? Or an underground monorail station? Or underground, they're... you know what I mean. It stopped pretty much exactly where they needed it. Do they know about this thing and what it's used for? It's not the first time they've seen one. Okay. Using it for mass kind of transportation. At least we know if one is coming along, the route ahead isn't destroyed or blocked off. Otherwise they would have stopped running a long time ago. Or the drivers have gone on strike, you know. But, you know, considering how I started this off, basically a post-war destroyed world trying to find a shelter, food, and a place in this entire world itself, and the more it kind of opens up and shows us what it is, being a universe somewhat similar, but also so distinct. Is giant facilities and factories, the robots, the interesting architecture of some of the cities, and how they're layered. I think it's built itself up like this is really quite interesting. Is there anything to see out of the windows? There is. Is this the opening to Half-Life? Ah, Mr. Freeman. Train. Wonder where that title could have come from. How long are they riding it for? Is there any way of fixing the the mechanical friends they might have? But there's a bench here. I don't see anything down there. Another one. Really? So they are moving much faster than they usually are. Got it! Got it in one! It's all relative. So, and now we're getting into the world itself. Was she going to also expand on that? Teach her about what? The wrongs of heliocentrism. But I guess it depends where along the radii she is. Sometimes it's best not to worry about things that are so vast. It's not exactly that troublesome or difficult to understand, though. And even though they're broken down and disused, is there anything still remaining? Considering we're seeing that text, I'm guessing it is. Form of communication. Wow. A mobile tomb. Don't go pressing anything while she's stood... Oh. Okay. Is that working? Now you're getting into the good questions. Does time itself have a speed? Is it consistent? I mean, unless they want to eat or get to a destination. I'm going on the constant basis that they are running low on food stock constantly. Huh. Without the hassle of time telling me, oh shit, I need to get stuff done. Yeah, I would never get round to being productive. It's usually when looking at the time and go, oh no, is that late already? Why is the door opening like that now? Sure, put it like that, but do they know what is at each station? It doesn't stay open for too long. Is there any thoughts that are going on in that head? Sure. As long as they've got food, they won't give up on their journey. Is this the last stop? Yeah, this one didn't seem quite as smooth of a stop as the last one. So then, nice change of ambient light. Now they're off the train. Wavelength? But is there a way up? Oh, they're just going to go stairs. Okay. Good thing that this vehicle is all-terrain, as we saw, getting over the broken building and what. and whatnot. What was that just now? It sounded like an announcement or something. So, the thing that was meant to be returned to the grave, I guess it wasn't a piece of memorabilia or whatnot, so. Dead men fell no whales. I mean, that's true as well. Not sure what lesson you went to learn from it. So, what, there was a faint radio signal, a faint song still lingering out there. And if you think about it, we're being bombarded with radio signals and waves constantly. Ones that we can't perceive, but all the music running through the air. Really is a songstress, this one. It's a bit late to return it now, so might as well make the most out of it. But what is left out there to pick up? There would be a certain amount of, like, lamentation to it, you know, thinking about what was before, the creativity and art and fun they used to be had on the daily. But this is now what, listening to a dead civilization. It's going to be some melancholy to it. Yes, music can make you feel a multitude of things. I mean, in a sense, yes. The frequency of them. You're actually getting into light waves. Gonna go further into that? Like photons? That is a massive bipedal robot thingy. And several of them. The fact that, you know, I don't like driving for the most of the times. Especially when I don't know where I'm going. In case I get lost. Them just going along these facilities for what could be days, not knowing if there'll be an exit or not. I respect that. Well, usually when you see these kind of elevators, you know there's going to be a prolonged battle sequence. Did she hear this one? It's getting louder. They're getting to the source. Is it going to come to an abrupt stop at the top? Apparently yes. Oh. This is a new experience. Good landing. Give it about 8.5. Not just singing, but instruments of times of old. A nice backdrop, I guess. A sunset with this melancholic music to go along with it. I'm getting like a Nier Automata vibe just now. Which, if you haven't played it, I highly suggest it. It's a really good game series. Well, game and, I guess, series. Getting to understand and feel things that they didn't even think about before. Yeah, you probably don't want to stare directly at it. It is funny how we've not had a lot this episode, and just the sight of a sunset like that is so poignant. She doesn't know much, does she? It's something tore through all of these levels. It's good to take care of all of the split ends on their journey. Close enough. And getting use out of the timer again. Also, the length of the journey captured. There's a lot of empty shell casings here of varying sizes. Hey, it's a good inference. Yeah, when I saw just a machine gun aimed towards it, I was thinking something similar. Like it was hasty. But yeah, setting up some world building here. So we've got... I've not seen a fountain like that before. Also... having a T-28 or whatever be used as a water feature. I wonder if there are any like that out there. Where is this coming from? That barrel doesn't even link up to a water source. But yeah, having world building out there, having a big explosion rip through... That's a big rifle. The many layers of this facility, and then build up a defensive position around it. What was going on here? I mean, empathy is one thing, but lunch is another. Compared to everything else, I'm not sure lunch will be coming out of it, but... Ha! Another statue? That's not a statue. It's... I mean, it looks like the statues that they've been seeing around in the way that it's just kind of blank and with some eyes. Oh no. One way to evict it. What the hell? Weird little wiggler. What books have you been reading? A cat? Huh. It can interact with the radio? Yeah. Sure, let's go with cat for now, sure. No? Neko. Close enough. Yeah, bring out the barbecue. Got any good glaze or rub for it? The first non-hostile thing they've seen in a little bit. Or the first thing they've seen in a little bit. They don't have the food reserves to bring it along, I guess. No. That was so unnecessary, but I like that. Looks like even if they try to leave, it's not going to be simple. They found themselves a little mascot. Only kinda. And when it can communicate, yes, her mind goes straight to food. I mean, what kind of food would eagerly come up to you? Well, none that are still an existing species in this world. Who are they to turn it away now? I mean, its appearance is kind of odd, sure, but is giving it to her the best idea? As long as she doesn't take a bite. Are the statues anything to do with this thing? And B, are they created in a resemblance to them, or is it like a life cycle thing and they grow into the statues? Which would be a weird but kind of cool bit of nature of this world, I guess. So, once again, having a showing of their journey and how far they're coming. Obviously, speeding up a little using the train, getting from place to place, using the rotation of the Earth as well. But seeing so much more, the massive hole in the city and the layers, seeing what had happened before. Yeah, she's got to learn somewhere. Not everyone is a talented singer straight off the bat. But now they've got something else to communicate with, even if it is via radio waves, if that device is to ever to break, well, they've lost all forms of communication with it. But it's more of a kind of party trick than actual language. If it is just mimicking what is being said to it, I'm not sure that extend to their conversations. At least one of them will be entertained for quite a while. Until she gets hungry. I keep going back to it, but yeah, the big hole, no real attempts to fix it, because, they would require quite a lot, but fortification, some fight back, some expended ammunition. The storytelling via the world building is really quite good. Sure, it's very sparse and you don't get a lot because, well, there's not much left of the world, but the bits and pieces that we're able to glean from it, I like. Sure, we can be told by whatever small bit of knowledge that she has, but leaving some up to interpretation, what we see out of it and what may have occurred as well. Still unsure what the mechanical talky bit was that it was referencing, considering the machines that we saw on the train were a little worse for wear. Was it just foreshadowing there's still life of some sort out there? These things, or that Neko interacting with the radio itself? Still, one more little travel companion that hopefully won't use a lot of their food rations. What does this cat eat anyway? Guess that's a question for another day, one where they're not having to find their way out of a destroyed facility. But much like always, I have really enjoyed this episode and this series as a whole. It's kind of laid-back approach to the whole exploration thing. It's a discovery as well as just a character, not a character study, but fun character thing. And the fact that we can count the amount of interactions they've had outside of their little group practically on one hand in 10 episodes, and it's still got me wanting to see more. It's definitely got something going for it, hasn't it? If you agree with me, let me know. If I've entertained you at all, tell me how. Leave a like and a comment on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out future uploads, but also have a look in the description for links to my Discord. See what's going on over there, what we may gain out of it. But for now, definitely try to get some rest. No munching on creatures that can actually hold a conversation. And I'll see you in the next one. I really do need to thank my patrons for helping this wet cat of a channel survive just a little bit longer. And so if you would also like to rattle the pipes to awaken me, consider joining onto my Patreon as well, and join in with the likes of Sal, Guado, Kite, Ruben Filamawa, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. For without you, this world would be incredibly lonely.